Hi, I'm Sam, and I tried to pick the biggest possible topic I could this weekend, and I hope I don't go over time. There's plenty of problems with social media, such as Russian interference and like bots, but I decided to tackle one of the major issues, which was Facebook moderation. It's broken. Now, there's a wonderful article of The Verge about people who work in Facebook moderation. They earn barely anything, and they don't even get bathroom breaks some days. They say terrible things. Some of them even have to do trauma bonding, and it's a lot. It's a terrible situation, and no one wants there to need to be moderation on Facebook. It's a problem. The issue is that they have to decide what is acceptable and what isn't acceptable. They have to decide where the line is, whether it's here or here or here. Nobody really knows where something becomes acceptable and isn't acceptable because it's a Boolean decision whether content is acceptable or not on a social media. So I came up with a simple solution. Quantify language with AI. And only allow wholesome posts on social media. My solution is that I built a social media network over this weekend called Wholesome Space. I also wanted to have pictures involved in this. So how do you fix images? You ensure that they are all of Chiho. So now I'm going to run through some confidence scores that I got. No weapons, no drinking, no drugs, no nudes. Now I'm going to give you a live demo of the platform. I'll hand the laptop over to Rob. So this is Wholesome Space. It is a incredibly wholesome social media network where there's pages, groups, gallery. But if Rob goes and tries to make a post up the top here, and he goes and chooses a lovely picture of Chiho, there should be some in that folder. Lovely. And it's going to go check to see if this is a wholesome image. And it's a very wholesome image. So now we're going to type something. And I'm using about 6 different sentiment analysis APIs to determine whether a piece of content is toxic in context or will distract someone from wanting to engage in conversation on the platform. Does anyone have anything they want to know if it's wholesome or not? The word yeet? Okay, I think, okay. Ooh. Yeah, that is profane. Does anyone have any other ideas? I'm willing to take as insulting as you want to go. Yeah? Please give me Huggy Wuggies. I don't think that is toxic. I just think that makes people uncomfortable, and I'm not quantifying uncomfortableness. It is sexual. That is true. I also have filters. So if you, Rob, want to make a post, so type something that is wholesome. So let's say "Good night" from Chiho, which is a Facebook page that everyone should follow. Oh, that's nice. Let's post that. So now we have a post of Chiho. Let's try and upload something that isn't a picture of Chiho, or a non-wholesome picture of Chiho. Something has to be a picture of Chiho, and also a picture of Chiho not doing something that isn't wholesome. So let's get a picture of the guy drinking beer at the top, or Chiho with a knife. So Chiho with a knife should come up as being a weapon. I don't want weapons in my posts because this is a wholesome space. The AI can be slow, but it has weapons in it. There we go. Do you want to get rid of that and try the picture of the guy drinking beer? It'll be rejected outright because he's got alcohol. And we don't support that here at Wholesome Space. So beer and alcohol at the top. Middle. The guy with guns, no, that won't work. The beer and alcohol picture. Yeah, that works. That one, yeah. This will be rejected outright because he's got a gun and a beer. Yep, alcohol, and it also is throwing for beer. So I'm using public APIs to get confidence scores in each of these. So the problem is, because this platform requires you to only use pictures of Chiho, what if you don't know Chiho or you're not in Brisbane? So I've implemented an API that someone else is going to pitch tonight, Chris over here, which I thank greatly. I don't have an image. So this, Let's try that again. I don't have an image. It's okay, it's okay. So basically, if you don't know Chiho, but you still want to make a wholesome post, you can use This Chiho Doesn't Exist, which is a beautiful system. Oh, that's nice, and not nightmares at all. But I want to... There's a few other parts of Facebook that I wanted... Yeah, we should give that one a like. There's a few other parts of Facebook that I wanted to fix. I have a dark mode. Facebook hasn't managed to do that one yet. Does anyone else want to ask anything to see if it's wholesome or not? His name by itself isn't toxic because it doesn't detract people from wanting to engage in an argument. Donald Trump good is a bit contentious, but I think, because I don't want to subtract from political opinions, I more want to keep people wanting to engage in an argument. The word bad is very hard to... The thing is, I tried to use as many APIs as I could to try and ensure that it was based on that the message itself in its whole was bad, not just the individual words in part of it. Because that might not work, because communism is a noun and is good is a compliment. Yeah, thanks, Chiho. I love it. Okay. We've already defeated my algorithm. Does anyone have any questions about this platform? Yep. Yep.
Yeah. What did you guys use for the image recognition, and did you have to train it to recognize bad stuff, or could you use something to say no knives, no...
So there's plenty of nudity violence APIs for images. There's a Google API, an Azure API, and I think there's a Google API for sentiment analysis, which I all just threw in together. There's 15 API keys in this project for just sentiment analysis alone. And so, but the pictures, I used a facial recognition algorithm as well as Chris's wonderful API that he's going to demo later.
Cool. So a bunch of different APIs. What was your tech stack, though? What did you write it in?
So I forked a copy of a pre-existing open source social media network and spent the entire weekend trying to work out how SQL works. I probably would have rather written this from scratch, but it was interesting to see how it was basically an authentic clone of Facebook that someone made, and I tried to add my APIs on top of that.
And what was... Okay, so what are you calling your APIs in? What's your... So there's the social network that's there, that's your front-end part, and you're integrating, which is no small feat. Like 15 integrations, even for sentiment analysis, is good over a weekend. And that's just that. So what did you implement that in? Was it Node or...?
Yeah, it was all... so strictly, all of the validation is client-side. But I could easily re-add the same validation on server-side as well.
So it's a client-side aggregation?
Yeah, there is a server-side to it for the database and such.
Okay, right. Cool. Yeah, that's good. Well done.
Thank you.